Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us on Campbell Now. I'm Hannah McCravey.
And I'm Elise Sewell, bringing you the latest news.
It's officially homecoming, and Campbell had a great kickoff this past Monday. There are many events happening this week, and our reporter, Cassidy McCardle, has gone to the Alumni House to get some information from a coordinator, Sarah Swain.
I'm here outside of the Cornelia Campbell House, where I'm going to talk to Sarah Swain to find out what students and alumni can do to stay involved on homecoming.
Awesome. And can you just start off by telling me a little bit about the homecoming festivities this week that are going to happen?
Yeah, so we're excited. So we've combined homecoming and family weekend. So we're gonna have one big festivity for the whole week and the weekend. We'll start Friday night. We have a men's basketball game, exhibition game, and then I know CAB is hosting a bonfire in Sailor Park. And then the weekend of activities on Saturday begin early. There's a 5K that students and alumni can join. There is the ring ceremony that is always a special event, and that'll be held in Butler Chapel. For our alumni and for our students who will be future alumni, we host tours, campus tours, and we have an open house here at the Alumni House. And then, of course, the parade's at noon, and that'll go down Main Street. And then we invite all of the students to join our alumni in Alumni Village. So we started Alumni Village about 3 years ago, and it's grown into one big tailgate. It's awesome. We wanted a place for our alumni and our students and our faculty and staff to gather and to reconnect and to share stories and to break bread. So we have 7 or 8 food trucks that are going to be out there. We have a live band, Bantam Rooster. 5 of the members of the band are all alumni, and so they'll be playing from 12:30 to 3:30. And so we invite everybody to come out for that. We're going to be right in front of the football stadium, so you can't miss us when you come out of the tunnel.
Thanks so much for watching, Camels. I'm Cassidy McCardle, and I'll see you next time.
We hope everyone is excited about homecoming and that you enjoy the events.
The ongoing debate of abortion made its way to our campus today. Demonstrators from the Center for Bioethical Reform were on public property around campus Wednesday afternoon. The participants held up graphic posters and passed out pamphlets to students passing by. In addition to our campus, they are also trying to reach other Christian campuses in the Southeast. Project Director Lincoln Bradenberg said that this demonstration is not a pro-life protest, but rather a plea for help to the Christian community to help them be a voice to the voiceless. Campbell wants students to know that this group is allowed to share their message on the constitutional right to share and are in no way affiliated with the campus. Campbell reminds students that there are resources present on campus if you wish to discuss this issue privately, such as counseling services or the Office of Spiritual Life. We will have more on this story next week.
A fun evening quickly turned to worse. A man was attacked after a Luke Bryan concert Saturday night. Raleigh police are now looking for those who could have attacked the man and investigating the incident. The attack was said to happen in a parking lot off the Coastal Credit Union Music Park. The person who called 911 reported seeing 2 men jump out of a red pickup truck and knocking out the man before getting back into their truck and fleeing the scene. The victim, Christopher Daniels, was badly injured and remains hospitalized. Police have asked anybody who has further information regarding the attack to call Raleigh Crime Stoppers.
Family members are concerned for the security of their loved ones. 3 women in Winston-Salem have been accused of allowing and encouraging the elderly to fight at the Danby House of Assisted Living. The living facility said the employees were immediately fired. Police reports say there was an incident where one of the employees shoved a resident, but no harm or injuries were made. Each of the women are to appear in court early November. 2 of them face 1 charge each of assault, while the other faces 2 charges of the same. After this break, we'll have news on an unlikely confession to a murder case.
Sometimes the things we do or say can make others feel hurt, excluded, or isolated. Everything you say and do creates an impact.
How am I supposed to save the whole world?
You can't think about saving the world. You have to think about saving one person.
Because of you, someone's entire life can change. You don't have to be a superhero to have a positive impact.
Friends?
Friends.
Police are still caught off guard from this turn of events. A California man was charged with 4 counts of murder. Monday around noon at Mount Shasta Police Department, a man walked in confessing to several murders. Police confirmed that one of the bodies was brought along with him in his vehicle. The suspect, Shankar Handgood, is believed to have acted alone. Police identified the victims as his relatives. Search warrants are being sent for the location of the bodies. Attempts to retrieve a body from a collapsing hotel in New Orleans are still in progress. 2 people died Saturday morning as an upper floor in the Hard Rock Hotel collapsed. The hotel was under construction before it came tumbling down in a cloud of blinding dust. Authorities now closely watch the tropical disturbance sighted over Mexico, hoping that it won't bring more damage to the building's collapse. Authorities are pleased with the block-long evacuation that has been made to prevent further injuries if the building fully collapses.
On Tuesday night, a pilot fell victim to a fatal crash in Moore County. 66-year-old man Charles Grant Fitzgerald Jr. was flying a 2-seater aircraft on Monday morning. Fitzgerald was reported missing by his friend who was also flying that morning. Authorities said that Fitzgerald was heading to a private airstrip behind Fitzgerald's home in Vass. The plane was found upside down in a heavily wooded area approximately 100 yards from the airstrip. The Federal Aviation Administration and the National Transportation Safety Board are investigating the crash. Orchestrating $1.3 billion in a fraud scheme landed a California man 25 years in prison. Robert Shapiro was sentenced Tuesday in Miami federal court. Prosecutors say his scheme stole money from over 7,000 investors. He pleaded guilty to mail-and-wire fraud and tax evasion. It is said that Shapiro's Woodbridge Group held several real estate loan offices in 5 states, including Florida. The offices either didn't exist or charged high levels of interest that Shapiro would use to pay older investors with. The scheme also caused him to forfeit personal assets and belongings. Tensions rise in the Oval Office. Hear about Trump's response to Turkey after this break.
Because of you, I felt hopeless.
I know it was a joke, but it still hurt me.
Because of you, I felt wanted and not alone in this world.
Because you said hi to me on the first day of school, I felt included and I knew that I was going to be okay.
Wednesday, President Trump spoke on the attacks of Turkey against Kurdish fighters in an Oval Office meeting with the Italian president. His statements show that he does not see the attacks as a concern of the United States. Trump's seemingly dismissive response led to criticism from some Republicans. Senator Marco Rubio of Florida told reporters he does not know how the damage could be undone from the withdrawal of U.S. troops in the area. A U.S. official did report that soldiers have yet to fly out of Syria in significant numbers. They still remain on 2 main bases in the country.
A homeless man who pleaded guilty for the possession of cocaine is now released due to misidentification of his belongings. It was in August when Cody Gregg was arrested in Oklahoma for the possession of cocaine. He was riding his bike when police attempted to pull him over for not having rear lights, but found a white substance on him. For 2 months, Gregg stayed in county jail. According to case papers, Gregg pleaded guilty so he could live in better conditions of the prison rather than live in the poor conditions of the jail. Just 2 days after the plea on Thursday, lab tests showed that the substance was powdered milk. From case papers, Gregg said that the milk was given to him by a local food shelter. His case was dismissed.
Wake County Public Schools face a returning problem regarding transportation. A shortage of school bus drivers is becoming more of a problem through the years. According to the Senior Director of Transportation in Wake County, last year the schools had 720 bus drivers for 757 routes. This year, the number of drivers has gone down to 713 with an additional 8 routes. With an increased ratio of routes to drivers, school board officials have taken steps to increase the pay and are looking for ways to bring in more drivers. One dog finds peace and relief this weekend thanks to the animal rescue in Durham. Rescuers found a dog named Zeus with multiple burns and a shattered hip. They believe he was mistreated and the burns were from chemicals. Doctors from Triangle Veterinary Hospital have been treating Zeus and found him to be a very loving dog. The Carolina Adopt-A-Bull is campaigning for his adoption and encouraged dog lovers to donate to his treatments.